राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानन्दना जय व्रजजनरञ्जना जय जमुनधिरवनचारी जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुञ्ज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हो। विष्णुपाद ब्रह्म से प्रजा का स्तोत्र से श्रीमद उद्वन गए सुबह चरणार्थ भक्तिदान स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हो। विष्णुपाद ब्रह्म से प्रजा का स्तोत्र से श्रीमद इस्डवन गए भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती स्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की इस्कान वर्तमान गुरु वृंद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरिराज गोवर्धन की श्री गंगा माई की शिमना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरापुरी धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल इनकारनेशन ऑफ लॉर्ड श्री 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 जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की, श्री गौरनिथाय जी की, लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं मुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Readings from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 12, Conversation between Maharaj Rahugana and Jadabharata. So today we will see verses 1 and verses 2. Two verses has been given for today. So we'll get into the verse 12.1. Raghugana uvacha Namo Namah Karana Vigrahaya Swarupa Tuchikrita Vigrahaya Namo Avadhuta Dvijabandhulinga Niguda Nityanubhavaya Tubhyam. Raghugana uvacha Namo Namah Karana Vigrahaya Swarupa Tuchikrita Vigrahaya Namo Vaduta Dvajabandhulinga Niguda Nityanubhavaya Tubhyam. Namo Namah Karana Vigrahaya Namo Patuchikrita Vigrahaya Namo Vaduta Dujabandhulinga Niguda Nityanubhavaya Tubhyam. Namo Namah Karana Vigrahaya Swarupa Tuchikrita Vigrahaya Namo Nuduta Nijabandhulinga Niguda Nityanubhavaya Tubhyam. Mataji, would like to read? Raghugana Vacha Namo Namah Karana Vigrahaya Swarupa Tuchikrita Vigrahaya Namo Vadhuta Dvijabandhulinga Niguda Nityanubhavaya Tubhyam. Raghugana Uvacha. King Raghugana said, Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Namaha, obeisances. Karana Vigrahaya, to who? To one whose body emanates from the Supreme Person, the cause of all causes. Swarupa Tuchikrita Vigrahaya, one who has completely removed all contradictions of scriptures by manifesting his true self. Namaha, respectful obeisances. Avadhuta, O Master of all mystic power. Dvijabandhulinga, by the characteristics of a person born in Brahmana family, but not executing the duties of a Brahmana. Niguda covered. Nityanubhavaya, to him whose eternal self-realization. Tubhyam, to you. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace by Charanand Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. King Raghugana said, please repeat. King Raghugana said, O most exalted personality, you are not different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By the influence of your true self, all kinds of contradictions in Shastras have been removed. In the dress of a friend of a Brahmana, you are hiding your transcendental blissful position. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. From the Brahma Samhita, we understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of all causes, Sarva Karana Karanam. Rishabhadeva was the direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes. And his son Bharata Maharaja, who is now acting as Brahmana Jadabharata, had received his body from the cause of all causes. Therefore, he is addressed as Karana Vigrahaya. Okay. So then we go to the next verse. I'll just read the verse translation. O best of the Brahmanas, my body is filled with dirty things, and my vision has been bitten by the serpent of pride. Due to my material conceptions, I am diseased. Your nectarian instructions are the proper medicine for the one who is suffering from such fever, and they are the cooling waters for one who is scorched by heat. Purport. The conditioned soul has a body full of dirty things, bones, blood, urine, stool, and so forth. Nonetheless, the most intelligent men in this material world think that they are the combination of this blood, bone, urine, and stool. If this is so, why can't other intelligent men be made with the same ingredients which are so readily available? The entire world is going on under the bodily conception and creating a hellish condition unfit for any gentleman's living. The instructions given to King Raghugana by Jadabharata are very valuable. They are like the medicine that can save one from a snake bite. The Vedic instructions are like nectar in the cool water for one suffering from the scorching heat. Hri Om Tat Sat. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadi Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Pasaitya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangalangayate Gramistkapadam Ham Mande Sri Gurum Dintaranam Pramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Kathanchana Smrite Yasmin Dushkaram Sukaram Bhavet Smrite Pritam Syat Sri Chaitanyam Namamitam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataga Swami Nitnamine Namacharya Padanita Kipapadayine Gaurakata Damadaya Nagaragramatarine Hare Krishna. So now we are in this fifth canto where the discussion is going on between Raghugana and Jadabharata. So Prabhupada, generally fifth canto many devotees or even the Acharya, some of them have considered fifth canto, the subject matter as sthanam, means the planetary systems, because there is this description of planetary systems in the fifth canto. Named fifth canto as creative impetus, uti. It's not sthanam. Prabhupada has named, if you see the beginning of fifth canto, it's named as creative impetus. So it's interesting to see that how this topic pans out in the entire fifth canto, the topic of uti or creative impetus. If you see Sukadeva Goswami's description of uti in the second canto, he says utaya karma vasanaha, that the impetus to act comes from the karma vasana or the influence of previous activities. So that is the main subject matter of fifth canto in one sense. Of course, Jiva Goswami says that all 10 subjects can be found in each canto. So therefore, he says that it's not necessary to look at a canto from a particular perspective of a particular subject matter, which is true also. But since there is a name given to the canto by the Acharya, it's also good to look at the whole canto from that perspective so that we can appreciate the chain of events which is described there and try to make some sense out of it from the perspective of the title, because the title is also an important subject matter. So if you see the entire fourth canto, and if you have to explain the entire fourth canto in 2 words, you can explain the entire fourth canto as get out. This is the subject matter of fourth canto, get out. Everybody gets out in fourth canto. From the beginning to end, people are just leaving and going from the start of Daksha's pastime, where he becomes very proud due to the yajna or his position. Then Lord Shiva tells him to get out of his pride. Just get out of your pride and become humble man. Don't be so proud. It's not worth it. Then we find Dhruva, who first goes out as a small boy, then later goes out as a mature man who go back to Vaikuntha. Then we have various pastimes of various kings. All of them are just going out. And Prachina Barhi is there. And Narada Muni is thinking, oh, he has come from Dhruva's lineage, why he is sitting and wasting his time? He goes to him, he tells him a long story, and then Prachina Barhi tells him, oh, this is a nice story, but I can't understand what you are saying. Then he says, okay, I'll tell you one more story. Then he gives him one more story. He says, still I can't get the purport. Probably I'll just stay till my sons come and then I'll go. He said, no, man, just get out. Go now. You don't have to wait for yourself. Because Priyavrata is already out. Then Brahma convinces him to come back and then rule the whole universe. So then it's very interesting, this contradiction is very interesting, because one side, Narada Muni is pushing people to get out, on the other side, somebody is pushed to get in. So then fifth canto explains this one concept. It's not about getting out or getting in, it's about your consciousness. That what consciousness you have. That's what Brahma tells Priyavrata. It's not about you be here or be there. It's about your consciousness. What kind of consciousness you have, that kind of consciousness is going to manifest your environment. So that's the biggest lesson from fifth canto that we learn, that your environment is a function of your consciousness. What kind of consciousness you have, that kind of environment will manifest around you. So people generally blame the environment. They don't look at so much into consciousness because they choose to be in a particular environment, either by choice or force, but it is by choice. It may look as if it is by force, but it's still by choice because their consciousness is in a certain level. So then that consciousness manifests in environment around them, and then they live in that environment. They're happy, unhappy, whatever it is. The material environment is always problematic. So therefore, this whole concept is explored in the fifth canto, that what impels you to act is your consciousness. And that consciousness is going to manifest a particular environment around you. You be very careful about it. Very nicely, Rishabhadev explains this point. He says that Parabhavas tavad abodhajato yavanna jigyasata atmatattvam yavad kriyas tavadidam manovai karmatmakam yena sharirabandhaha evam mana karmavasam prayunkte avidya atmani upadiyamane pritinna yavan maivasudeve namuchyate dega yogena tavat. So the explanation of these two shlokas becomes the pastime of Bharat Maharaj. So we see that Bharat Maharaj is able to renounce everything and he goes to the forest. But still he is defeated. Why? Because he is deviated from the basic duty, which is inquiry about the self. He simply gets attracted to the deer. Of course, it is Krishna's arrangement that so that we could learn from his pastime that how important is having a guru, how important is having association, how important it is for one who is renounced, just be renounced. Just be renounced. What is the danger of association with mode of goodness? What is the danger of association with mode of goodness? What is the danger of karma vasana, being a king? He thought that, oh, it's my duty. This deer, this small deer, no mother, such a terrible situation, I should save because Kshatrayate iti Kshatriyaha. It's my duty, I should go and save. So he went and he saved the deer, he got involved with that, and then he had to take a deer body. But of course, Krishna was very kind to him because he was an exalted soul. He was an exalted soul. So the whole topic of how human life is defeated is explained by Rishabhadev simply in two shlokas. And how we can also make it successful is also explained there. Pritinna yavan mayi vasudeve na muchyate dega yogena tavat. How long one has to suffer this? Sridhar Swami asked this question, that how long one has to suffer this association with the body? Then he explains, as long as devotional service is not invoked within the heart of the living entity, one has to suffer. So therefore, here he becomes Jadabharata, he becomes very careful, he doesn't want to get disturbed, he has learnt his lesson, he knows that mind is very strong, it can just pull him into the material world again. So he just takes everything as it comes, and he is internally satisfied as a great devotee. He is just purely internally satisfied. And then Krishna wants to create some more disturbance for him. So then he sends Raghugana, and then Raghugana insults him. Now it is very interesting that it is not the first time Jadabharata is insulted. So Shri Jagannath Baladev Shodhana Maharani ki, Shri Radha Krishna ki, Shri Lakshmi Dev Bhagwan ki, Gauranath ji ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So this is not the first time Raghugana is insulted. Raghugana has been, Jadabharata is insulted. Jadabharata has been insulted from the beginning. He is always insulted. If you see the descriptions of how he has been insulted, it is just not words alone. He has been insulted by words, he has been insulted by deeds, he has been insulted by mistreatment, maltreatment, whatever you can say. He has gone through all sorts of insult and he chose not to react. Compared to all the insult he went through, the insult which Raghugana offered him was very nominal. It was very, very nominal, but still he reacted. Still he reacted. This is very interesting. That why did he react? So he reacted out of compassion for Raghugana because he was thinking, I was also a king. I also went through all these things. This stupid fellow, he is also king. He is also going through all these things. I was much bigger, much powerful, more greater. I was more influential king. This fellow is one choto-moto king. He is just one small piddly king. And he thinks he is the lord of the world. What kind of person he is? Let me give him some good advice. One reason he reacted. But in the end of the pastime, Sukadeva Goswami also brings out one more reason he reacted. That reason was that he could take insult from everybody, but he could not take insult from a king. His mind got little disturbed. His mind got little disturbed. There were waves of dissatisfaction. This is what Prabhupada translates. In the end of the pastime, he explains that there were waves of dissatisfaction in his mind. And Jadabharata was very quick to detect that waves of dissatisfaction, because he is now very careful how his mind works. Very, very careful. He has had very good experience of how his mind works. So, in the process of instructing Raghugana, he also pacified his mind. It's explained by Sukadeva Goswami that by repeatedly apologizing and begging for forgiveness, he saw the behavior of Raghugana. He thought, okay, this guy has learned, it's okay, it's worth it. So he pacified himself. So therefore, the whole pastime of Jadabharata is very, very instructive, and especially these prayers of Raghugana is extremely instructive, because it actually shows the importance of spiritual master in handling the situations of life. We may be devotees, we may understand philosophy, we may know what is right and what is wrong, we may know how to act, we know that we have to go to Goloka. All these things we know. But we also have a mind. We also have false ego. And the interactions of mind and false ego is simply overpowering our knowledge about reality. There's a reality. What is that reality? The reality is I am not this body. And there's one more reality. What is the reality? All my problems are simply because of not understanding this reality. These are two realities which we have in front of us. One reality is that I am not this body. The second reality is all my problems are simply because I have not understood this reality. But we tend to think that our problems are due to some other reason. Like, for example, we may think that my problem is due to X person or Y person. So, therefore, here Raghugana, he gives three wonderful examples in the second shloka. So, the first example he gives is that what he says that Jwara amayaya artasya yatagadam sat. He says that the first example he gives is that when a person is afflicted by fever, then that fever is removed by proper medicine. This is the first example he gives. Then the second example he gives is Nidaga Dagdasya Yata Himambaha. Nidaga Dagdasya means that the scorching heat of sun is there, and how to get relief from that heat? One has to just splash himself with cold water. Himambaha. Himambaha means cold water. He has to just splash himself with cold water. Okay. Then Kudeha Manahi Vidishta Drishte. So that is the third example he is giving. That mana means pride. That pride is like ahi means serpent. He means snake, serpent. So when a person is bitten by a serpent, he dies. So he gives three examples. The first example is of fever, the second example is of scorching sun, and the third example is of snake. So these three examples can be compared to the three type of kleshas to which we assign all the troubles which we face. We assign all the troubles we face either to our own mind, mental problem, or bodily problem, or we assign all the troubles we face to the natural disturbances, or we assign the reason for all the troubles we face from other living entities, people whom we are with, mosquitoes, snake, dada, dodo, whatever we have. But actually they are not the reason for our trouble. They may be delivering the trouble to us but they are not the reason for our trouble. They may be delivering it. Like for example, when I came to Bangalore, I forgot that this place is going to be cold. I didn't bring any warm clothes. So now I feel a little cold. So this cold is, the environment is delivering some cold to me, which is making me uncomfortable. But is it the reason for my trouble? No, that's not the reason for my trouble. That's not the reason for my trouble. What is the actual reason for our trouble? The actual reason for our trouble is explained by Rishabhadev very nicely in one shloka. He says that Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma yat indriya pritaya apranoti na sadhu manye yatha atmanoyam asannatapi klesa asadeha. What is the reason for our trouble? The reason for our trouble is madness, complete madness. Pramatta, prakrishta rupena mattaha, means completely mad. What is that complete madness? The complete madness is complete identification with the body. That is the complete madness. He says, this is not very good. Na sadhu manye, this is not very good. This is not a very good proposition. Why it is not very good proposition? Yatha atmano ayam. Because I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. The very fact that I have forgotten that and I have accepted this body, and then later blaming that there is adhyatmika klesha, adhibhautika klesha, adhidevika klesha. So all these kleshas are responsible for my trouble. No, sir, they are not responsible for your trouble. You are Atma. You are not supposed to accept body. You accepted this body. This is the cause of your trouble. All of the troubles are subsequently coming because of the primary cause, which is the Atma accepting the body. So in order to understand this, one requires the instruction of a spiritual master. One requires the instruction of the spiritual master. So that is why he is saying, Brahmana vachaste amritam aushadam me. He is saying, oh Brahman, you are not looking like Brahman. He said that Dvijabandhu Lingaya, Dvijabandhu Lingaya, you are not looking like Brahman because externally you are not engaged in the activities of a Brahmana. So therefore you don't look like a Brahmana. But actually what you speak is nectar. And this is the medicine. This is the medicine. And that medicine, it removes the pride. Because pride is like a snake. Pride is compared to snake. Every living entity has its pride. Even an ant has its pride. The ant wants to bite and then show that I am ant. You can't take me for granted. I will bite you, I will give you trouble. You have to respect me. And the human being has his pride. What ant, you are biting me? Chok, I will kill you. He doesn't understand that the ant is simply biting because he is afraid that something is going to happen to him. So he should not do anything to the ant, he should just safely deposit it somewhere else so that he can continue with his life. He doesn't understand that. His pride comes into the picture. He thinks that, oh, I am human being, I am so powerful, this ant, piddly fellow is biting me, I will kill him. Immediately I will kill him. That's why in Bhagavatam, in the 5th canto, in the end, it's explained that there is one hell for people who kill ants and mosquitoes. So we are supposed to be careful. We are supposed to be careful. We are not supposed to be careless. So how to become careful? The only way we can become careful is that we can actually listen to someone who understands the truth. Not only understands the truth, but also lives the truth. Understanding the truth is only one part of it, but living the truth is the second part of it. We may come to understand the truth. Like for example, if you come to ISKCON, you will immediately understand, I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. Within like 2 weeks, all this will be taught. First they will give nice prasad, and then when you are eating nice prasad, by the time they will tell you chant the holy name. When you are chanting the holy name, they will immediately tell you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. This we hear at the very beginning itself. It's not like we have to wait for ages and ages to hear this. So the knowledge is readily available. The knowledge is readily given. But the problem is application. The problem is application. Knowledge is always there. So then the whole effort is just try to apply this knowledge that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. Just try to apply this knowledge. In every possible situation, in every possible way, in every possible understanding, just try to understand that in every ashram has its own idiosyncrasies. So within all the situation, just always try to remember, I am not this body, I am a spirit soul. And my problem is that I have accepted this body. I should not have accepted this body. I have accepted this body. Now I should solve this problem. I should solve this problem of accepting this material body. And we are in the best position to solve this problem because we are in International Society for Krishna Consciousness. The society offers us the best opportunity to solve this problem. The many societies in this world, and they are all offering many things. And there are many spiritual organizations or so-called spiritual organizations which are also offering so many things. But we are in the best time, we are in the best place, and we are in the best circumstance. Time, place, and circumstance is very good for us. We are in the best time. Kali Yuga has not become so bad. Like explained in Bhagavatam, they will live in caves, they will eat seeds, government will find them and kill them. We are not like that. We are still not gone to that stage. In the beginning of Kali Yuga, 10,000 years of golden age is manifesting. Everything is very nice. The time is fertile for the flourishing of Krishna consciousness. Just Prabhupada has come and gone. Yesterday, Bhaktivinoda Prabhu was explaining to us about the importance of Prabhupada. We had a nice conversation. So just Prabhupada has come and gone. We have so much of association. Best time, best place. We didn't plan this to be in this part of this world. There are many, many Brahmandas. Brahmanda, Brahmite, Kone, Bhagyavan, Jeev. There are many, many Brahmandas. We could be bought anywhere. It's not under our control. But we are born here just immediately after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has left. So the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is spreading like anything. Best place, best time, best circumstance. We have such a nice arrangement wherever we go. In ISKCON temples, we have a very nice arrangement. Any temple we go, very good arrangement. So, best time, best place, best circumstance, best philosophy, best acharya, best devotee association. But the question is, are we trying to understand that we are not this body? We are a spirit soul, we are a servant of Krishna. Are we trying to understand this? Or are we still trying to blame Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika? That this person is cause of my problem, that person is cause of my problem, this circumstance is cause of my problem, that circumstance is cause of my problem. Are we still trying to find the cause of our problem outside us? Or are we convinced that the problem is inside us? Even though we may seek remedies, it's not that we don't seek remedies. We may seek remedies and we should do it. That's the natural sign of intelligence. That we should seek remedy and then we should do something about it. Not that we are supposed to suffer. We don't have this philosophy. If someone comes to slap on one cheek, you show the other cheek. We don't have this philosophy. If someone comes to slap you on one cheek, at least you stop him. And if you cannot stop him, then run away from that place. Don't show him the other cheek. That's not our philosophy. Our philosophy is to take proper remedy, whatever is required, but at the same time understand that fellow who is coming to slap you is not the reason for your trouble. That's very important. That's very important. So therefore, here, Raghugana, he is speaking to, he's praying to Jadabharata because he still has some unresolved issues. Jadabharata gave him the whole philosophy. He explained him the whole philosophy, that how mind works, what is mind's function, how mind captivates. He explained the whole philosophy, but he didn't context it. He just gave him the philosophy. He didn't context it. So therefore, he got a lot of philosophy, but he couldn't fit it within his context. I am king, he is carrying palanquin, I got angry because he didn't carry the palanquin properly. It's my duty to chastise my subjects. So what is wrong? Why all this mind, that, this, so much philosophy coming inside this whole thing? I just did what I'm supposed to do. So therefore, he is going to ask him more questions to context it properly. And he is going to ask him to explain that, okay, all the philosophy is very nice, but I can't understand it to the context. So can you please explain it to the context of what we actually went through, how we can understand this? And that's very important also. That's very important also, because many times we find that devotees get into trouble and they actually are very good in philosophy. Very good in philosophy. And devotee is in trouble, you ask him to give a Bhagavatam class, he'll give you a very nice, flawless Bhagavatam class. But the guy is in trouble. And he is getting compressed, oppressed, depressed, whatever pressed, with his own trouble. But at the same time, when we ask him to give a Bhagavatam class, he gives a very nice Bhagavatam class. So then what is the problem? The problem is we know philosophy, but we don't know how to context it. Sometimes I used to joke that in ISKCON people are thinking that life is meant for living and the philosophy is meant for preaching. That you live your life the way you want, but when time comes, you just preach philosophy. No, it is not correct. Life is meant for preaching and philosophy is meant for living. So when that is the whole purpose of Bhagavatam. That's why you hear Bhagavatam every day. That every day there is some change of heart. Because that is the whole purpose of reading Bhagavatam or any Shastra for that matter. Reading Shastra should cause change of heart. And by reading Shastra, we should be able to relate our problems with the Shastra. Like Jadabharata, Bharat Maharaj, he got attached to a deer. He took the body of a deer. Now what is my deer? I could have many deers. Bharat Maharaj had only one deer. I could have many deers. It could be Dhanam, Janam, Sundarim, Kavitam. Many things I could be attached to. So then I am supposed to find out what is this, what I am attached to, where is my attachment? Can I remove these attachments from my consciousness? Can I clear them off? So that is the whole point of studying Shastra. That's the whole point of understanding Shastra. Preaching is the essence. But in order to get that essence, first of all, we should experience it. If we don't experience it, then to the extent we are unable to experience it, we will not be able to preach. So that's why Bhagavatam says, Yataditam yatamati. In the beginning of Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami says that to the extent I have understood, I will explain to you. I can't explain more than what I have understood. So therefore, these prayers are very important in the sense that these prayers teach us the importance of understanding the problem through the proper source. And the importance of hearing from the proper source. And not only the importance of hearing, also the importance of inquiring from the proper source. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, this conversation between Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami, where Mahaprabhu actually appreciates Sanatana Goswami, that he tells Sanatana Goswami, you are the perfect sadhu. So why you are a perfect sadhu? The symptom of a perfect sadhu is that when he finds a competent person, then he will immediately make inquiry. That is the symptom of a perfect sadhu. Even though he may know, even though he may know the answer, even though he may know Shastra, but for the sake of strictness, he will make some inquiry. So he says that that's the symptom of a perfect sadhu. So therefore, the importance of making inquiry to the right source, and then the importance of understanding it through proper question and answer, through proper inquiry, and the importance of applying it in our life. That's the most important aspect, that whatever we learn, whatever we know, whatever we preach, we should also apply in our life. That we should understand that we are not this body. And we should try to apply that conception. I am servant of Krishna, I am not this body. We should try to apply that conception in whatever level we can, in whatever way we can, with whatever, to the whatever extent we can, we should try to apply that. So the focus should be not only on learning, the focus should be also be on application. That if we learn something today, then we should also think how to apply it today. If we are trying to do that, then we can take full advantage of the situation which we have, the whole setup which Prabhupada has gifted us. We can take advantage of that. Okay, I'll stop here and see if there are some comments, questions, something. Yes, Prabhuji. You ask, I'll repeat. No, all the time problem is inside us.
All the time problem is inside us.
Yeah.
But in the end, you also said, if we meet the competent person, we should go and ask him the questions.
Yeah.
But sometimes what happens is, that we have the problem inside us, competent person is there. But to go to that person, sometimes we feel like we are scared, or like we feel like maybe this person is very embarrassing.
See, there is no loss in asking a question. Okay. If you ask a question, and if it is very silly, what will happen maximum? Get some chastisement, right? Why are you asking me such silly question, right? But at least we came to know that it's a silly question. Correct, no? There is no loss in asking a question. Okay. Every time you ask a question, you can learn something. Like some people ask some question which is not connected at all. Okay. So then you'll get some chastisement. Ask a question which is connected to the class. So then we learned for life that when we listen to a class, we should ask some question which is connected to the class. We should not ask something else. So everything results in some learning. But the problem is false ego. The problem is false ego. That how can I get chastised in front of everyone? I should not get chastised in front of everyone. I should not expose my, let's say, quote unquote, foolishness in front of everyone. What is the problem? There's no loss. There's no loss. There's an opportunity, we should ask, that's it. Why we should be afraid? Like Arjuna asked so many questions to Krishna. Arjuna asked so many questions to Krishna. Kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhoger jivitena va. Ting, 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 question he is asking. And then what did he get from Krishna? Kutaswa akashmanavidam vishame samupastitam anaryajustam aswargiyam akirtikaram Arjuna. Klaibyam ma samagamapartha shudram hridaya daurbalyam. You see what kind of chastisement he is getting. It's not like simple chastisement, oh, you are fool. It's not like that. That he got later. That was mild chastisement. Asochananna sochastam pragyavadamsha bhasase katasum akatasumscha nanusochanti panditaha. He got very mild chastisement. You're talking like Pandita, but you're not Pandita. Very mild. But the beginning chastisement he got, very heavy, very heavy. If a person like Arjuna can take chastisement, then in Hindi they say, no, kis ket ka muli hai hum. If such an exalted personality like Arjuna can take public chastisement, because Bhagavad Gita was spoken publicly. It's not spoken privately in a room. Krishna and Arjuna are sitting with each other and then they are speaking privately. It's not like that. Publicly, so many lakhs and lakhs of people are there. Everybody is there. And Krishna is like, taking like AK-47 and firing, dum, 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 dum. He is chastising Arjuna. Arjuna is not telling, oh, Krishna, don't chastise publicly. You don't know sandwich philosophy. You don't know that, if you chastise privately and glorify publicly, you don't know all this. ISKCON, they didn't teach you. Arjuna is not asking all that. He's just taking the chastisement. And still asking question. Still asking question. So the point is that what stops us is our false ego. If you want to learn, then we should also be ready to be chastised. It's okay. And when we get chastised by a competent person, then that becomes our good fortune. That becomes our good fortune. Because we are not chastised enough in this material world. Therefore, we are thinking this material world is a nice place. So if we get chastised by a competent person, that's our good fortune. So if we understand this, that because a sadhu has nothing to gain from us. This is the most important point we should understand. In this material world, different relationships are coming, and each of them are coming because they simply see you as source of sense gratification or source of trouble for sense gratification. That's what people see each other as. They see them as source of sense gratification, or they see them as source of trouble for sense gratification. When they see them as source of sense gratification, they are very happy. When they see them as source of trouble for sense gratification, they become very morose. Right? So this is how we are seen in this world. We are seen with only two glasses. One glass is source of sense gratification. Other glass is source of trouble for sense gratification. But sadhu has got nothing to do with sense gratification. So therefore, there's nothing you can give to him. There's nothing he wants to take from you. He is a very unique personality. There's nothing, even if you want to give him, there's nothing you can give to him. And he has nothing to take from you. So therefore, his chastisement is actually meant for our good. Rest of people chastise. They simply chastise because they see you either as source of sense gratification or source of trouble for sense gratification. In their chastisement, sense gratification is the basis. But in a sadhu's chastisement, your own goodwill, our own good is the basis. So therefore, an intelligent person relishes the chastisement of a sadhu. That yes, sadhu chastised me. If you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, same pastime with Sanatana Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami and another associate of Lord Chaitanya. So Sanatana Goswami, I forgot his name. Sanatana Goswami, he went and asked him that what I should do. Then he gave him some idea. You stay here for this time and then later you leave to Vrindavan. Then Sanatana Goswami came and told Mahaprabhu that I discussed what I should do with my plan with him. So he told me to do like this. I am very happy. I will follow this. Then immediately Mahaprabhu said, who is he to advise you? This boy is junior. Oh Sanatana, you are in a position to advise me. How come, how dare he advise you? Now, suppose we go and take advice from somebody. And then we go and tell our spiritual master. Okay? Then our spiritual master tells us like this. What is your name? Huh? Oh, Mangesh, who is this man to advise you? You are such a senior devotee. You can advise me. You are in that position. Mangesh, how dare he advise you? How will you feel? You'll be flying in sky, right? Right? You'll be flying in sky. You'll be thinking, oh, my spiritual master has such a big opinion about me that I am so senior that I can actually advise my spiritual master. My spiritual master has glorified me so much. You'll feel so happy. But Sanatana Goswami felt very morose. He felt very morose. Immediately he told Mahaprabhu, I have understood that you are very, very formal with me. And the other devotee, he is very close to you. He is very close to you. Therefore, you have spoken about him with so much of chastisement and love. But I have not got your love. You are just dealing with me very formally. You're just dealing with me very formally. You're just simply glorifying me very formally. So, chastisement is good. Okay? Okay, we should stop here. Yes. It's already 9:05. Anybody wants to go can go. I don't know what is your situation.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji, for the class. Just one question. Like King Bharat in his third life as Jayadratha, he has achieved perfection. But as you told, he thought like being a Kshatriya, another king has told him. So he was still impacted by that.
So mind is very powerful. We should never take it for granted. Mind is very powerful. We should never take it for granted. There's a pastime of Prabhupada where Prabhupada said that I'll never be affected by Maya. Then he went and prayed to the deity. And then his disciples asked him, what you are praying to the deity? And he said that I actually told that I'll never be affected by Maya, so I am praying to the deity for protection. I should never be affected by Maya. So if Prabhupada taught us this, Prabhupada also told us that his problem is that his disciples are not sufficiently afraid of Maya. Sufficiently afraid of Maya. So, therefore, we see that in ISKCON we had many accidents. And those accidents happened to devotees who are exalted. It did not happen to some normal devotees. They were exalted people. They did so much of service to Prabhupada. They were big gurus. They worked with so much of dedication. They gave their youth to Prabhupada. They're not like normal people. We should not think that, oh, these are some simple people, they just, something happened to them. No. They were fighting a war which was very tough. But when they took themselves for granted, then some accidents happened. So therefore, we should never take our position as granted. We should never take our position as granted. So this is why all these pastimes are there. Because you see, anyway, Bharat Maharaj is liberated. So, Rishabhadev himself says, and here it is explained, Karana Vigrahaya. So what he is going through is simply nominal. It's not like he is into problem. We are into problem. Right? In Bengali there is a proverb that teaching the daughter-in-law by teaching the daughter. You know this proverb? So like that, all these exalted devotees in Bhagavatam, they are not in problem. We should not think that these people are in problem. Then we are stupid actually. They are not in problem. They are all exalted devotees. They are all, the associates of Lord. Lord is simply playing with them because they are malleable to the Lord's plan. They are so malleable to the Lord's plan. Like in the beginning of, in the first canto, Bhishma Dev is saying that if someone is protected by Dharma, Achyuta and Vipra, according to the rule of the material world, they should not suffer. This is the rule of the material world. But Pandava, Yudhishthira is Dharma himself. And Achyuta is personally with them. And all the Brahmins are there with them. And they are the ones who are suffering most. They don't go through ordinary suffering. They go through extraordinary suffering. So then Bhishma Dev concludes it should be Lord's plan. So Lord planned to put them into extraordinary suffering to teach us how to be Krishna conscious even in the most extraordinarily suffering situation. So therefore we should not think Jadabharata is having a problem, he is not self-realized, or he is not completely perfect. We should not think all these things. Yeah. So this is all happening because we should understand that we should not take our mind for granted. It's not that we should start doing research, oh, Jadabharata was fully liberated, or he was 99% liberated and 1% still he was having problem. No, we should start doing research about our own situation. If he can get into problem, then where am I situated? That's the reason why it is all there. It's not there because he was having problem. It's there because we are having problem. You understand that? The whole of Bhagavatam should be read like that. We should not think Indra is useless fellow. You know? We have this kind of ideas in ISKCON. We have this kind of ideas. Oh, Indra is useless guy. Demigods are crazy. We have all these kind of ideas. But no, Indra is not useless guy. Demigods are not crazy. They are all exalted people. They are all exalted people. They are going through things to teach us. So we should, like a humble student, try to learn from them rather than trying to think, oh, Indra is stupid guy, demigods are having problem. Why can Jadabharata, is he fully liberated or is not fully liberated? This is not our subject matter of study. Our subject matter of study is what my mind is doing to me and what I am doing with my mind. Clear? Okay, let's stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande.
We thank His Grace Harilila. So Prabhuji always has this very intellectual class. So in Bhakti Vaibhav, we used to finish all the lectures. They were waiting again when Prabhuji will come. He will take sessions. So very nice classes and question answers. So especially whenever some section comes, where he uncompromisingly speaks the truth. So some devotees were telling, let Prabhuji come and let him take honest of mental enjoyment for brahmacharis. So very nice session. So we'll thank Prabhuji for so nicely discussing about chastisement of Ravana. So how we can also take chastisement as a mercy of Guru. So from a bona fide person. So thank you very much. We'll thank Prabhuji one time loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.